We see around us kids of all ages playing. But when we see the tiny sweet children playing, we enjoyed it. It gives us pleasure to see them playing without any malice in their behavior. We see them playing in parks, in our apartment complexes, schools, and etc. But have we thought about why playing is important for the child? What type of play they play? Or how does it affect the overall development of the child? So, today we will be dealing with the various types of play or games that these kids play. It is rightly said that play is very important for the overall development of the child. So, we will also see why play is important for these kids. We will also see why outdoor play is recommended for these kids or children in general. We will also see about why kids of today like to watch television. We will also see the disadvantages of watching television at that age. On the whole, this topic deals only with the play of a preschool child. Importance of play. It is said that the play is a child's work. Play is important for overall development of a child. It is encouraged by all the doctors as well. It is important not only when the child is small but also when he grows up. It is believed that children gain knowledge through their play. They learn to think, remember, and solve problems. Play gives children the opportunity to test their beliefs about the world. At every stage of child's growth, there are different types of plays or games. These types of games help the child to develop their skills and increase their cognitive ability. During the preschool years, the games and plays are more to develop their motor skills and brain. Play is considered enjoyable and spontaneous. Play helps the child to learn social and motor skills and cognitive thinking. Children also learn by playing with others. It is the parents who provide the setting for the child to play with others. As the children grow, they are provided with toys, materials, and sport equipments so that they can play with others. It is important the child learn that play is important throughout the life. Importance of play for development of the brain. Children increase their problem solving abilities through games and puzzles. Children involved in make believe play can stimulate several types of learning. Children can strengthen their language skills by modeling other children and adults. Children gain an understanding of size, shape, and texture through play. It helps them learn relationships as they try to put a square object in a round opening or a large object in a small space. Books, games, and toys that show pictures and matching words add to a child's vocabulary. It also helps a child's understanding of the world. Play allows children to be creative while developing their own imaginations. It is important to healthy brain development. Importance of play for the development of social behavior. Play with other children helps a child to learn how to be part of a group. His social skills start developing. Play allows a child to learn the skills of negotiation, problem solving, sharing, and working within groups. Playtime in school allows learning and practicing of basic social skills. Children develop a sense of self, learn to interact with other children, how to make friends, and the importance of role playing. Importance of play in the development of motor development. Play is needed for healthy development for the child. Play helps the nerves in the brain to be stimulated and helps with the development of fine and gross motor skills. Fine motor skills are actions such as being able to hold a crayon or pencil. Gross motor skills are actions such as jumping or running. Play also helps the child to develop language and socialization skills. Play allows children to learn to communicate emotions, to think, be creative and solve problems. Importance of play for the development of personality. Play offers a child the ability to master skills that will help develop self-confidence and the ability to recover quickly from setbacks. For example, a child may feel pride in staking blocks and disappointment when the lost block makes the stock fall. Play allows children to express their views, experiences, and at times frustrations. Importance of play in understanding the role of family. Playing house helps children to create stories about their roles. They actually imitate everything that they have seen in their parents. They also imitate their own family experiences. This helps children learn about the different roles of family members. Play plays an important role in child's development for bonding with other children and parents. It is a known fact that the parents are the child's first teacher and much of that teaching happens through play. Play helps the child to learn the rules of the family and what is expected of him or her. As children grow, play helps them to learn how to act in the society. Importance of play in the school. Play is important when the child enters school. Play can assist children to settle a school room environment. They will not feel a misfit then as he is used to this atmosphere. It enhances children's learning and their cognitive development. Play among the preschool children. As we saw earlier, play is important for the overall development of a child. From infancy to childhood, there are different types of games and plays specially made for each group. These are used by the parents and the teachers to help the child to grow. During the preschool years, more importance are given to develop the motor skills and the brain. Peer relations among the preschool children are one of the most important source of emotional and social learning. For example, peer relationships develop and improve conversation skills, create innovative methods of playing. They understand that cooperation with the friends is not only a necessity but a desire. Each of the development results from peer play which changes in dynamic as a child ages. Types of play used by the preschool children. The first significant change in play types and sociability are during the preschool years at the age of 2 to 5 years old. Let us take a look at the various types of play being played by these children. Non-social activity. Initially, children begin with a stage called non-social activity. As the name suggests, this form of a play involves no social contact. The child plays independently. It means that the child is playing with the toys alone or is observing others play. This is often seen in babies. Parallel play. Another way of playing is called as parallel play. In this form of play, children play next to one another but pay little to no attention to what the other child is doing. These both non-social and parallel plays are major forms of play for children well into kindergarten till they start making friends. Children are playful by nature. Their earliest experiences exploring with their senses lead them to play first by themselves and eventually with others. Pretend play. It is believed that pretend play is an important indicator of a child's capacity to use symbols. It begins when children uses a toy to represent a real object. An example is using a toy spoon or a toy comb as a real spoon or comb. Between 15 and 21 months, the pretend action becomes another person or a toy, most often a doll. Between 2 and 3 years of age, children begin to use objects to stand for something altogether different. We see the children sometimes using a carrot and a stick as an imaginary violin and bow. Pretend play allows the expression of both positive and negative feelings. It helps in the development of thinking. It develops the social skills in children. Socio-dramatic play, also called as imaginative play. In the preschool years, children also begin to play parts as if they may have imaginary companions. They will start imitating people or characters that have an impact on them. One can see them playing like a Superman or a He-Man, etc. by tying a piece of cloth around their neck. Girls usually imitate their mothers and play with their kitchen sets. Play as if they are the mothers and also use dupattas to wear as a sari. Rule governed play. By age of 5 or 6, children begin to prefer rule governed formal games. As they have grown and can understand things, they are capable of understanding the rules of the games and they play according to those rules. Associative play. When children are around 3 to 4 years of age, they become more interested in other children than the toys. At this time, the child starts to socialize with another children. Associative play helps the preschoolers to learn the do's and don'ts of getting along with others. Associative play teaches the art of sharing, encourages language and problem solving skills and cooperation. In associative play, groups of children have similar goals. One can see that children like playing with the same type of toys and may even trade toys with each other. Coming to social play. Children around the age of 3 begin to socialize with other children. By interacting with other children in play settings, the child learns social rules, the rules such as give and take and cooperation. Children are able to share toys and ideas. They are beginning to learn to use moral reasoning to develop a sense of value. Motor and physical play. When children run, jump and play games such as hide and seek, they engage in physical play. Physical play offers a chance for children to exercise. It also helps to develop muscle strength. Physically playing with a child teaches social skills while enjoying good exercise. The children will learn to take turns and accept winning or losing. Constructive play. In this type of play, children create things. Constructive play starts in infancy. It becomes more complex as the child grows. This type of play starts with the baby putting things in his or her mouth to see how they feel and taste. As a toddler, children begin building with blocks, playing in sand and drawing. Constructive play allows children to explore objects and discover patterns to find what works and what does not work. They gain pride when accomplishing a task during the constructive play. Children who gain confidence manipulating objects become good at creating ideas and working with numbers and concepts. Usually, at this time, a child is given clay to play with. The child enjoys making things out of it. This also helps in the development of fine motor skills and the eye-hand coordination. Expressive play. These are also plays or games that help children learn to express feelings. Many different materials like paints, crayons, colored pencils, etc. can be used. They can use them for drawing pictures or writing. It can also include such items like clay, water and sponges to experience different textures. One can also provide music instruments or some songs for a dance. An adult can also take an active role in this type of play by using the materials with them. indoor and outdoor play activities. Physical activity is vital for a child's development and lays the foundation for a healthy and active life. And when it comes to kids, the best form of physical activity is play. In every society, kids are encouraged to go out and play. This helps a child to give away all the energy that they have in them. This also helps a child to mingle with other children. Both indoor and outdoor active play experiences are important for a child's development. They should always be supervised by a parent or a teacher. It is good for children to participate in both indoor and outdoor settings every day. These settings should be safe and inviting environments. All equipment or materials used should also be safe, durable, and appropriate for the age. Active play or physical activity with a lots of spontaneous and occasional bursts of high energy is good for the kids. It can occur indoors or outdoors, alone or with friends or family. Even before children can walk, they can start playing. As they get older and they learn more skills. This increases the opportunities for active play. Active play is important for the child's health, growth and development. Regular activity and play has many benefits for children. These includes first, building strong hearts, muscles and bones. Secondly, fostering social interaction skills. Third, developing movement and coordination. Fourth, encouraging self-esteem. How much activity we have to give? Active play is essential for all children. The National Physical Activity recommendations for children are that toddlers, that is at the age from 1 to 3 years, and preschoolers at the age from 3 to 5 years should be physically active every day for at least 3 hours. They should be spread throughout the day. Television watching among preschoolers. Before the advent of televisions and computer games, children are used to be very active and used to be live going out to play. But in modern times, due to the number of children programs in televisions, children do not want to go out and play. The parents are also to be blamed. They have no time to take their children out to play. They usually make the child to watch television. This habit does not go away from the children. It grows as they grow up. Toddlers and preschoolers at this age need to do important developmental work. They need to develop their motor skills and fine motor skills which help them in their adulthood. But one can see that these days a huge amount of time spent on TV. They should actually spend on the things that are better for their brain and body. They should actually be playing with blocks, art, running around, engaging with other people. TV is addictive and this sets up a habit for life. It can do harm to the development of child. Some do say that TV and computer games stimulate the child's brain to develop differently. There are some games that help the child to learn and there are puzzles too. But these games do not make the child active, but makes them lazy and this affects their health. They will miss out on the all fun of playing outside. Disadvantages of television watching among the preschoolers. One can see changes like short attention spans, reducing impulse control and heightening aggression. There is increasing evidence that the more TV kids watch, the more likely they are to be have ADD, attention deficit disorder, and ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Too much TV during the early years has been linked to poor performance in school, especially in the areas of language and reading. Being less able to use imagination. Too much TV can lead to an overload on the visual part of the brain. It deprives the brain responsible for creative thought and imagination. not being able to tell apart television from the real world. Problem in focusing. Too many images from TV watching keep the brain from learning how to pay attention. The children become impatient in complex situations. Poor skills in planning and judging. The areas of the brain responsible for this poor skills in planning and judging. The areas of the brain responsible for these skills are underused and not fully developed. More likely to be violent when problems occur. According to a survey done, it is found that television and video game violence is thought to be responsible for 10% to 20% of all real life violence. Too much television also makes the child to become obese. This can harm the health of the child in the future. Coming to the conclusion. So far in this lesson, we gave more importance to play. We know that the child needs to play and interact with his peers. A child has to use his hands and legs to give them exercise and for them to grow properly. Play is important for the overall development of a child. For every stage of child's growth, there are certain types of play or games. These need to be played with the child for his growth. In the preschool stage, they need to develop their social interactions. These interactions help them to understand how to behave in society. It also helps them to understand the concepts of sharing and mingling and etc. A child should also play physical plays and play outside their homes. Children from birth to age of 5 are actively growing, learning and developing habits that will shape their physical and emotional health. Because this time period is so crucial to the development of a child's body and brain, any negative influences can have lifelong health effects. Television watching is seen as a negative influence on a child. It makes a child lazy and affects the child in many ways. They have less attention span and become obsessive. To conclude, one can say that play in any form is good for any child at any age. It helps the child to develop and make the child happy and cheerful. It will also help the child to maintain his health.